right now, and the breaking news, 2 people were injured when a massive fire broke out along the North Panhandle in San Francisco.
Yeah, this is right at Grove and Masonic Avenue. Let's get to the scene. KRON 4's Will Tran there, keeping an eye on the firefighting efforts. And Will, what can you tell us?
Here's what you need to know. 2 people were injured. One of those 2 actually was injured when he or she actually jumped out from the back of a burning building, landed on the ground, of course, and somewhere along the way was injured. Both people in the hospital right now. You can see the fire department still here, and this is a little bit more than 3 hours after the fire broke out. They are going rooftop to rooftop just to make sure that the fire does not spread to surrounding buildings. We do know that 3 buildings were involved in all of this. Now, let me show you video. This all started at around 3:20 in the morning. This is video from the San Francisco Fire Department when they got here. 1 unit completely engulfed, flames reaching into the sky. They had to jump all over it. They actually had to call for backup. 120 firefighters on the scene, and many of them are still here, so they have not de-escalated by what's going on because they have hot spots to deal with. Now, here's another video I want to show you from the Citizens app. We do know that countless people had to be evacuated. They have not given us a hard count on how many people, but when they got here, if the people were not outside already, the firefighters went door to door, knocking at the doors, telling people to get out. And that is why, probably one of the main reasons why nobody was killed in the fire. We got a chance to talk to some of the evacuees. They say in one instance, it wasn't a firefighter, it was their fur baby who woke them up.
She started barking, and we were at first telling her to shush, shush, and go back to bed, and then it became clear that we could see it. We're in the ground floor unit, so we looked out in the breezeway, and like the things were falling, and it was, yeah.
I mean, you looked outside, and the whole next door was just engulfed in flames. Everything was first floor, second floor, everything.
As far as the cause of the fire, simply too early to tell at this point. They still have to make sure that the hot spots are out to allow the investigators to go inside. Not to mention they have to shore it up just in case anything should fall on the investigators. We do know that 1 floor in one of the buildings actually collapsed. As far as the evacuees, well, they're not out in the cold. We've been talking about how cold it is this morning. They were out for a brief time, but then they opened up in the center. Looks like an educational center just right around the block to allow those people to be there and be warm before many of them are allowed to return home, should they still have a home to come back to. Back to you.
All right, thanks a lot.